Welcome to C19's Conversation, hosted by Stephanie Everson, Media Relations Manager with Memphis City Schools. Conversation features discussions with MCS and community leaders about issues impacting Memphis City Schools. Stephanie's guests today are Bill White, Executive Director, Department of Research, Evaluation, Assessment, and Student Information for Memphis City Schools, and Angela Hargrave, Director of Student Services for Shelby County Schools.
Hi, you're watching C19 Conversation. I'm your host, Stephanie Everson, and in the studio with us today are Bill White, Memphis City Schools Executive Director of Research, Assessment, Evaluation, and Student Information, and Angela Hargrave, Director of Student Support for Shelby County Schools, here to talk about the general choice transfer process. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for joining us today. First question, what is a general choice transfer?
Well, Stephanie, thank you for having us today because we are very excited about the upcoming process and we want to make sure that parents have all the information necessary. A general choice transfer basically replaces what used to be open enrollment for Memphis City Schools and used to be student transfers for Shelby County Schools. Basically, it's an opportunity for you to send your child to a school other than the one to which they are assigned by their address, so long as that receiving school has space. So it's really a school choice opportunity.
And this year is a little bit different, right? Because it is open to all of Shelby County. Explain a little bit about that.
Yes, the process this year will include every school within Memphis City and Shelby County Schools that has space available. So any student who resides within the district can apply to any available school.
Okay. So how is this year's process different from the years past, especially since both districts are coming together to prepare for the 2013-14 merged district?
Right. Well, obviously in preparation for the merger, the two districts had to get together and work on a new process.
Right.
And so we really worked hard together and had some great collaboration. And we decided that it was time for us to go online. You know, we've had a lot of issues in Memphis City Schools with parents being in line, and now we're going to take it online where on Friday, February 15th at 10 a.m., you can go online starting at that time and you can fill out an application for your child, and it will be strictly online, and we're not going to have paper applications at all, and you'll be able to use any computer that has internet access.
Wow. No lines, no paper applications, 100% online.
Right.
Yes.
Now, there might be some misconceptions that a parent has to go to the school that they want their child to attend to use the computer at that school. Is that so, or can they go anywhere? It does not matter which computer they use.
They can go anywhere. The process is a web-based application, so you just need a computer with internet access or a smartphone that has the ability to complete applications, and you can complete that anywhere. If a parent does choose to go to a school location just to use the computer, they could do that at their neighborhood school, their assigned school, even if that is not the school that they are requesting.
Now, I know in years past, or I think it's safe to assume in years past, a lot of people waited in line and picked up paper applications because some may not have had access to computers or were not very tech savvy.
Right.
So have you guys thought about ways to help parents that may not be very familiar with working around a computer?
Yeah, those are valid concerns, and we've really taken all of that into consideration with this process. As Angela said, to start with, you can use any computer with internet access. If you have it at home, if you have it at work, you can do that. If you want to use a computer at your neighborhood school or at a community center or the public library, any computer with internet access. Now, if you're not comfortable using a computer, there are two locations where we will have hands-on assistance. We will have several staff members from both districts available to guide you through the process. One of those locations is the Shelby County Schools Grays Creek Administration Building. I know you'll share the address and a graphic so that they'll know where to go. And then the other location is at the Memphis City Schools Technology Training Center on Jackson Avenue. At both of those locations, starting at 10 a.m., we will have staff available. If you need somebody to hold your hand through that process, we'll make sure that you can get it done.
So it's 10 a.m. to what time does it, end of business day?
The end of the business day,
Okay.
4:45, 5 o'clock.
Okay, so I'm glad that you guys thought about that, because there are a lot of people that aren't tech savvy and or do not have access to computers. So all of that has been thought of, and they can go out there during business hours, starting at 10, and during the week, Monday through Friday.
After Friday, the February 15th date, they will just go to the Student Services Office, which is also at Grays Creek in Shelby County Schools, or they can come to the Memphis City Schools Office of Student Enrollment and Records, which is here at the main board building on Avery and Hollywood.
Okay.
And they'll still get that same type of assistance.
That's wonderful. Now, there's some other questions that parents have about priority and some employees. What happens when siblings would like to go to the same school and employees of these schools are trying to do the transfer process? Can you explain what that new?
In the new process, families who have a child who's already attending that school can request for a sibling to attend the school with that other child. So there will be priority given, so to speak, to siblings. And also, if you're an employee in the building or at a school in the feeder pattern, those students will also be given priority so that the students can attend the schools where the parents work or where the other sibling attends.
Is that something that has to be indicated in the application? It's something where it's made mention on there. They say, I'm an employee of this, or this child's sibling goes here?
Yeah, as you go through the online process, it's going to guide you step by step. One of the questions that you'll be asked when you select the school you'd like your child to attend is whether or not there's a sibling there, and you will provide some information about the sibling, like his or her name and birth date. Then there's also a place where if you are an employee of Shelby County Schools or Memphis City Schools, a school-based employee, you can check that, and we're going to ask you to put in either your social if you're a Memphis City Schools employee, or your employee ID number if you're a Shelby County Schools employee, so that we can verify your employment and make sure the school is indeed where you work or is in the feeder pattern.
Right. So really, what do parents need to have ready to begin the online process? What information do they need to bring with them?
Well, they need to know, it's basically information that any parent would normally know about his or her child.
Okay.
The only one that might trip some people up a little bit is knowing your child's social. I don't know my kid's social off the top of my head. Or knowing their PIN number. Some kids, their ID number with the school system, with either of our school systems, is a special PIN number rather than the social. So you may want to check with your child's school to make sure you know, what is my child's student ID number? Is it the social or is it a special PIN? So that's one of the pieces that sometimes is a little tricky. My wife probably knows it. I don't know it, so I'd have to look it up. But you need to know their full legal name, their birth date, what grade are they currently in, what school do they currently attend. So it's real basic information that most, like I said, any parent would know without a lot of research.
Okay.
Right, and if their student is not currently attending a Memphis City or Shelby County school, then there is also an opportunity for a parent to start with an empty screen, so they can just input all of that information. So even if your child's not currently attending, then you still will have an opportunity to complete the application.
Okay, so how does it work if a lot of people want to get into one specific school, knowing how many spaces are available? How does that work so parents know?
Well, we're going to advertise on the front end the schools that have space and the
Okay.
schools that currently do not have space available. Then what happens is, through this online process, we are still processing them in the order in which they were received, which has been the practice in both Memphis City Schools and Shelby County Schools in the past. So when you hit submit, it will do a date and a time stamp all the way down to the millisecond, so that we will know who submitted the application first. So if there are limited spaces at a school, those that come first will get the spaces. Now you do have the caveat of employees and siblings getting some level of priority, so we take that into consideration. But otherwise, it's done strictly in the order in which they're received.
Okay, that's good to know. And that the information of schools with available spaces will be released.
And actually their confirmation page, and they'll get a confirmation email. It will actually tell them that specific date and time that it was stamped. So they'll know, hey, I submitted mine on February 15th at such and such hour and second.
So parents will be clear on the online when they're doing the process that it has been submitted. Thank you for your submission. So all that will be clear to them, and they know that the process, that it went through.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I have some more questions for you about the process, and if anyone needs any more information, where do they go? Just to kind of figure this all out. Where do they go?
They can go to either of the websites. So information will be available on the Memphis City Schools website and the Shelby County Schools website regarding the whole process. And parents or anyone can also call either of the offices and ask for information at any time. So the process will run through April 1st. So you don't have to be there on February 15th, but you know, the applications are being processed in the order they're received, but the process does run through April 1st. So our offices are available for information anytime between now and the close of that process.
Okay, and we'll put those numbers on the screen as well so everyone knows. Now, do parents get an opportunity to have first choice, second choice? Do you just apply for one? How does that work when they get on there?
The application online, again, allows them to do a first request and a second request.
That's good.
So if your first request doesn't have space at the time that your application is processed, then we'll look and see if that second request school has space.
It looks like it's all laid out and ready to go beginning February 15th, but it's important to get in there before, well, April 1st, right?
Right.
That's the process. Get it done. There are ways and there are people that can help.
Yes.
February 15th to April 1st. Is there anything that you would like parents to know before we go, or do you think we covered it all?
I think we covered it, but I do want to reemphasize that you know, any computer with internet access will allow you to use this application. There will be on the home page of each of our websites a link when this gets ready to go live that you will click on that will take you to the application. And you know, so there's no need to actually even come to one of our buildings if you've got it at home or at work. You know, no reason to line up any computer with internet access.
Right. So the key words here are no lines, no lines.
Online instead of in line.
I think we should do a slogan like that. Yeah. Thank you both for all the hard work you've done on making this process as easy as possible for our community. And it sounds great, and I think it's going to be very smooth. And thank you both. Okay, the general choice transfer process is February 15th through April 1st for the 2013-14 school year and includes all MCS and SCS schools with available enrollment spaces. For more information, visit www.mcsk12.net or www.scsk12.org. Thank you for watching C19 Conversation. I'm Stephanie Everson. Have a great day.
And now a reminder, the General Choice Transfers process combines the former open enrollment process for Memphis City Schools and the student transfers process for Shelby County Schools into a streamlined method for transferring a child into the school of your choice. The new process will be conducted 100% online. No more parent lines will be formed and no paper applications will be printed. Parents throughout Memphis and Shelby County may use any computer with internet access to apply for student transfers to schools anywhere within the unified district. Even if a parent isn't computer savvy, he or she will still be able to apply online with assistance from staff at several convenient locations. Those locations are the MCS Technology Training Center, 3772 Jackson Avenue, and the SCS Auditorium, 2800 Grace Creek Road. For additional information, go to mcsk12.net or by phone 416-5830 or scsk12.org by phone 473-2560. The preceding was produced by the Department of Communications and Broadcast Services through the facilities of C19 and FM 88.5. Stacy Franklin, Executive Director.